Alright, welcome back. Lesson 3, Bases and Alkalis. Learning outcomes. Well, today we're going to describe the properties of bases and explain what an alkali is and describe the properties of alkali. What are bases? Bases are metal oxides and metal hydroxides. Some examples are magnesium oxide, copper 2 oxide, zinc hydroxide, and sodium hydroxide. What are the properties of base? Well, bases react with acids to form salt and water. Base plus acid, salt and water. This is a generic equation. Example would be magnesium oxide plus sulfuric acid. You give magnesium sulfate and water. Magnesium oxide is the base and magnesium sulfate is the salt. Another example, zinc hydroxide, which is the base, plus hydrochloric acid to give you zinc chloride, which is the salt, plus water. Okay, this is the balance equation for these reactions. Number 2, bases react with ammonium salt to form salt, water, and ammonia gas. Example, calcium oxide with ammonium chloride will give you calcium chloride plus water plus ammonia gas. Potassium hydroxide plus ammonium nitrate will give you potassium nitrate plus water plus ammonia gas. Okay, these are the balance equation for these reactions. What are alkalis then? Okay, most bases are insoluble in water. Example, magnesium oxide, copper oxide, zinc hydroxide. But some bases are soluble in water. Example, sodium hydroxide. And the bases that are soluble in water are called alkalis. Some examples are sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, and aqueous ammonia. These can be found in the lab. Alkalis and hydroxide ions. Like the acid which produces hydrogen ions when dissolved in water, hydroxide ions are produced when alkalis dissolve in water. Okay, the properties of alkalis are due to these hydroxide ions. Example, sodium hydroxide ionizes in water to produce hydroxide ions. This is the equation. Sodium hydroxide, when dissolved in water, produce sodium plus ions plus OH minus ions. Properties of alkali. Well, number 1, alkalis have this slippery feel. Number 2, it changes the color of litmus paper from red to blue. And some chemical properties, which is similar to the base, which is alkalis react with acids to form salt and water. Calcium hydroxide is an alkali. And this is the balance equation for this chemical reaction. Number 4, alkalis react with ammonium salt to form salt, water, and ammonia gas. And this is the balance equation for this reaction. Uses of bases and alkalis in our daily lives. Do you know that toothpaste is a type of alkali? Detergent, soap, window cleaner, and antacid used for indigestion. Okay, let's look at the key concepts that you must know. Bases are metal oxides and metal hydroxides. Properties of bases are: bases react with acids to form salt and water. Bases react with ammonium salt to form salt, water, and ammonia gas. And soluble bases are called alkali. Alkali produce hydroxide ions, OH minus, when dissolved in water. And some properties of alkalis are: feels slippery. It changes the color of litmus paper from red to blue. It reacts with acids to form salt and water. And it reacts with ammonium salts to form salt, water, and ammonia gas. That's the end for today's lesson. Thank you.